Alright, I had no idea how to start the intro for this movie or any way to do it justice, so I decided I'm just gonna stick my microphone down my pants for your enjoyment. Yeah. Who's the addle-pated, shambling dwarf who's a sex machine to all the chicks?
Hola!
You're damn right. This is Olaf, and he has a conundrum. He has to abduct human girls to work as sex slaves. However, in order to keep them pacified, he has to dose them with heroin. But to afford the heroin, he has to lease out the girls to gentlemen callers. Thus the paradox unfolds. A dilemma cannot resolve itself. QED. Prepare yourself to hear the words of Olaf.
I have more toys upstairs.
And by upstairs, he means pants-off entertainment. This is the point where the movie starts to take off, the upstairs room of the boarding house, where various acts of Olafery take place. I can't show you those scenes because I live in America, so I'm not allowed. I actually have 3 versions of this film. This one I'm reviewing, obviously. The second is just of Olaf saying things like, "Upstairs! And here's the telephone." I could listen to that all day. And a third is just the nude scenes all, run together, because I like to keep shit classy and efficient. So yeah, basically Olaf bags his prize, a 30-year-old woman whose, close-up betrays her portrayal of a young woman. But in movies we have to suspend disbelief, so whatever, huh? Behold Olaf's epic prowess. So now that we have the preface out of the way, Olaf abducts, sex slaves, heroin, blah blah blah. Now we can move on to new characters. These two. Alright, this is Peter and Mary, the protagonists of the film. And they're just death when they speak, so I'll paraphrase this scene for you. Right, hello madam, I'm an Englishman, I need some lodgings for the night. Yes, and I'm his wife. We're here for exposition. What's all this exposition about then? Exposition, dear. It is when a piece of the plot is explained through subtlety, i.e., we don't have a lot of money, and this boarding house is cheap. Due to our monetary constraints, we are forced to stay here even though it is against our better judgments. All right then, smashing. Wow, that hurt my throat. I would apologize for my yelling, but I would be insincere. Anyhow, Olaf is taking Peter and Mary to the room, and for the first time we get a look at the interior of the house. Everything looks disjointed and contorted, as if the house itself were in pain. The lights cast strange and twisted shadows that seem to flicker and dance. It's as if the movie itself were filmed inside of a dream. Even the floors are filthy and unappealing, like a Mexican mail-order bride. So we get to the room, and this is important because it gives Peter and Mary the chance to consummate their new lodgings and look at Olaf in abject disgust.
You see? It is a nice soft bed.
Yes, the consummation scene. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary, I thought you knew. All Englishmen have inadequate genitals, it's a scientific fact. But don't worry, I'll turn down the lights and break out the accommodator. Well, that's that. The accommodator... Wait a minute, who's that? Hey, it's Olaf. I wonder what he's up to. Maybe we should follow him.
Who's watching me?
caught me short. So that was the peephole scene. And this is the door where everything magical and wondrous happens behind. I can't show you what happens there, but I can show you the door. And now we can begin to move on with the plot a little and get into the more advanced something or others. I need to find some tissues. Alright, I've regained my composure, and this is a little scene. I don't know why I love it, but I just love it, so I'll just let you listen.
There's a telephone call for you.
For me?
Here's the telephone.
I don't pretend to understand, to know why I think that's great, but I know it is. I think it's because it's the pride that Olaf feels that he has a telephone. He's like, look, here's the telephone. You wouldn't think a mutant would have one, would you? It's akin to like seeing a black person with a computer. It's like, it's unheard of. I mean, you know something is unnatural when like a corporation will show you photos of something pretending it's natural. Like Windows XP like had a black guy in a computer. It's like, oh, see, it's so natural. They love this stuff. They use it all the time, those black people. And the black guy was smiling too, which is something black people don't do either. I mean, look at Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton. I mean, they're very rich men, and they don't smile. OJ, he didn't smile once during that whole trial. So, yeah, Asians too. Asians, they can smile. Sometimes they'll show an Asian with like a laptop, and you wouldn't think they'd be able to see it with those eyes. It's oh boy, I better edit this. Alright, I'm back. I had to eat. Forgot what I was doing, but gotta get on with the plot of this movie. Okay, catch you up. Mary has been snooping around. She suspects something's going on with the attic, so she's going to investigate, and whoops, wouldn't you know it, a woman screws something up. What a surprise. So she makes all this, ruckus and rigmarole, and tips everyone off to what she's doing, and, of course, they come running up, like, aha, we've caught you now. Like, no, I didn't do anything. Get away from me.
You wanted to see what was in here. Well, now's your chance.
Now, I know you wanted to see what was behind the door, but I can't show you. So what I did was hire an artist to render the scene in an acceptable manner for YouTube. So what Olaf is doing here is using his cane as an extension of his anatomy on Mary, and I think Mary is digging it. At one point she says, "Oh God, no." But it's so obvious she doesn't even believe in God, because what Christian woman would appear in smut like this, Then it just becomes sad because Peter comes rushing in with the police, and the cop gives Peter his gun, and he's like, "Here, sport, go nuts and kill Olaf's mother in revenge," which is patently absurd. I mean, Olaf's mother has to die because Peter's wife had an orgasm from a cane? Really? Get over yourself. Olaf and his mother had a good thing going here. It's not like heroin is free. There's absolutely no gratitude in this movie. So, sadly, the walls are closing in, and despite a valiant effort, Olaf decides he's taking things on his own terms. So I'll just let the ending play out for your enjoyment. And now, it is with great sorrow I give you death of the incredible Olaf.